Tell us about
Don't fall into the flowers.
I'll try not to. You know how I'm always sniffing flowers. How old are you, Melissa?
I'm 50 now, half a century.
Tell us about it.
I'm 1.5 centuries. Oh, no, 3/4 century. Next year it's 3/4.
It was a wonderful day.
Actually,
Here's our sunset. Oh, we missed the sunset. Here we are.
My first rainy birthday.
Ever.
but they had a nice overgrown garden.
Mm.
And I gave him the deer they had given to me for my birthday.
Hmm.
I gave him the deer.
She had a pet deer.
Because the dog we had was always bugging the deer.
Hmm.
And then one day a parrot flew in, and he was always yelling, Arturo. Was very tame. I could touch him and carry him.
Mm-hmm.
I was yelling, Arturo, Arturo. And I went to all the neighbors and asked them if that was their parrot, but that was nobody's parrot. So I gave it to nobody too.
Wow.
And he liked it very much. And he taught the parrot finally to say other things, not just Arturo. And he told them, horrible word, pendejos, that's horrible. And one day, they always had the windows open at their house, and the house was right next to the road. And people were passing there, and the parrot was sitting on the curtain, right? And yelling, pendejo, pendejo. And people stopped and said, what's that? Where's the person? And it was nobody's voice, and he imitated, was yelling, pendejo.
Wow. That's funny. I wish I'd gone to the Peace Corps.
What did you
Oh.
do this day?
That's not really a mistake, but it can go with
that I
that.
didn't do.
What did you wish you would have done?
Gone to the Peace Corps.
What would you do in the Peace Corps?
Something.
What? Or that you
Another
did
country?
go to the Peace Corps?
Yeah.
Did you want to go to the Peace Corps, Alma?
No.
Why not?
When I came to Guatemala, I was young, okay? I had no kids yet. Oh yes, I had a kid, one little kid, okay? But we lived at first in a village, not in Guatemala City. And there was a young guy. He was from Mexican descent, but his family lived in San Francisco. And he did the year of Peace Corps in that village in Santa Lucia, Milpas Altas. And he came almost every night to our house because he was so lonesome and it was so boring. And he complained the whole time. So we told him, why don't you go back to San Francisco? But he had to do his whole year. And then finally he went to the beach. We sent him to the beach. That the beaches there in that time in Guatemala, they were undeveloped and very rough. The waves there are very rough and you can barely swim. And so he came back in a short time and complained again. So he was a complainer the whole time. And he built for the people in the village toilets made out of cement. But the villagers didn't use them.
Yeah, I believe you.
And then what
So-
happened to the guy?
Well, eventually he went back to San Francisco.
He did his whole year. He stayed his whole year.
We never saw him again.
And so that soured you to the Peace Corps forever?
No, I just was not interested in that.
You don't remember his name?
I think it was Francisco. I think.
Francisco from San Francisco.
Uh-huh.
Wow. That hat's good. Looks good on you. You could be Irish. If you weren't German, you could be an Irish lady.
I don't want to be Irish.
Why not? What's wrong with the Irish?
I don't know.
Now you're racist against the Irish?
No, I just like to be German.
What about me? I'm Irish and German. I can be both.
Okay,
You can be both too if you want.
for you.
I'll give you a pass.
okay,
Honorary
okay,
Irish lady.
okay. Whew.
What's your favorite food?
Oh God, I have many foods, not only one.
Do you like dumplings?
No. I like Thai food very much.
I do too, but Melissa says it's too sugary.
Oh, some of it are from Burma. Burma is very good. Good food.
What's that?
From Burma. There was a restaurant, or is a restaurant still, in San Francisco, close to where we lived on California Street. Well, actually, I went with Sean and Melanie there.
Yeah?
Uh-huh. I mean, I know it from before when we lived there. Uh-huh. Oh, now it's enough walking.
Yeah, here we.
And what I have tried, I made very strong juice of garlic.
Yeah.
And I took what is it, do you call that syringe?
Yeah.
To give shots.
Yeah.
And I filled it with the garlic juice.
Uh-huh.
And I put it on the trunk of the tree.
Oh.
But didn't do much in the long run.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
But I thought your figs, you do get figs though.
With us,
I thought your trees give you figs.
they give, and the one gives me figs.
Uh-huh.
But it has this worm, and then the squirrel comes and bite into the figs, even if they're green, and eat them. So
Mm. I have some figs for you in the fridge.
fresh ones,
No, I
No.
froze them.
frozen.
And now they're defrosting.
Oh. What worries you?
You're gonna get warm.
Did you ever meet Jack LaLanne? Go, keep going. Don't stop. Ugh. More. Get it. Ah! Did you have to ride a horse in Guatemala?
Oh God, so often I hated it.
You hated it?
I didn't like it.
Really? Did you have cowboy boots?
No, I had just ordinary boots, working boots.
Sandals?
No boots. I still don't understand what's so much fun riding a horse. Why is it so much fun?
People love horses.
They stink.
They stink?
They stink.
Oh, you would never have a horse again?
We had lots of horses.
Did you have a favorite horse?
No. No.
Did you have one you always rode or just choose whichever one you
No,
caught?
we always change them in our ranch for working. You use a horse 2 or 3 days and then you change it. We had lots of horses.
Yeah.
You change them every 2 or 3 days. Take another one.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
What about an airplane? When was your first trip in an airplane?
I think I was 25 when I went to California. That's my first trip.
From Germany?
Uh-huh.
Was it exciting?
I guess so.
Do you remember going on? Did you wear a dress?
Did I what?
Did you wear a dress?
Of course I did. In those times you didn't wear pants.
Oh. Only women only wore dresses?
They were in winter time because of the cold. You wore them. But in summer, no.
Winter you wore pants?
Yeah, because it was so cold there.
Oh, in Germany?
Yes.
Oh.
Ich singe dir mit Herz und Mund. La da da di da dum bum bum. La lu lu li la 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 la. Ti la 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 lu 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 lum. I don't know the words anymore. I remember when I learned that song.
Yeah.
I was 6 years old. We just had to leave Alsace. I arrived in Germany with my horrible grandfather. And I was standing, like it must have been 1:30 or 2 in the afternoon. I was standing on the window, back window, going out into his garden, and I had learned that song at school. It was a religious song. Ich singe dir mit Herz und Mund. And I was singing it on top of with a loud voice, top of my heart. And my grandfather opened underneath the window and turned around, looked up and said, "Oh, halt's Maul, du Schändmere." He said,
What does that mean?
"Shut up, you good for nothing."
Do you think he was sleeping and you woke him up?
Maybe he was sleeping.
So he was mad because he was really tired.
He was such a mean person. You have no idea.
And then what happened when he said that?
I was like, oh. I went back. I didn't say anything.
You didn't start crying?
No, I was so shocked. And I told my mother, and she said,
She said, that's okay?
and soon afterwards we moved out. They rented a flat in a farmhouse close by the Rathaus in a Bauernhof. And we lived there. Actually, we were lucky. We had a big flat. It had 1, 2, 3 big rooms and a long, narrow corridor and a kitchen. But it had no bathroom. I remember that was the shock of my life.
Where was the bathroom?
Bathroom, you had to go outside the apartment.
And there was an outhouse?
No, it was just around the corner from the entrance door.
But outside or in the
No,
hallway?
it's inside.
And you had to share it with other people. What about the bathtub? Did you have to share that?
No.
You had one in the kitchen?
We had one in the kitchen for the weekend.
Did you guys all share the bath water?
What?
Did you have to share the bath water? Like one person and the next person?
Not with me.
No? You got fresh water. Did you have to boil it on the stove?
I guess they had
Was
to.
it a wood stove?
Wow. See? It was right after the war. And pretty soon we moved out from there too because my parents built their house on my mother's property.
It probably wasn't a wood stove, it was probably coal, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Coal and wood? Yeah.
Can you believe your daughter is a doctor?
She's great. I enjoy it. I wish sometimes I would live here close by to her.
Yeah, well you could. It's not
But
too
there
late.
is not enough sunshine and no blue sky.
You just stay inside with the heater.
Oh no, I hate that.
And have lots of windows.
I need fresh air.
You can open the window
The
and
air's
have the
fresher.
heater
Look
going.
how green it is.
Here, yeah.
It's
Beautiful.
Frisch, frisk.
Frische Luft.
Frische Luft.
Frische Luft.
Go ahead. Keep walking.
She's
I'm
breathing
walking
up. She has to
behind you.
take a breath of air
Oh,
and
I thought she
breathe the
stopped.
frisch. She's doing a
That was
prayer.
behind her.
She's
Okay.
doing for
Okay.
praying now because it's Sunday.
Oops.
What was Antarctica like?
It's out of this world. I remember we got
Thank
on the
you.
boat, a small boat we took from Ushuaia. That's the
Have a good one.
most, oh, you got that? The most southernmost port in Argentina, Ushuaia. And there was a little Russian boat, or the boat had Russian crew and Russian captain. And they couldn't speak Spanish nor English. And we got with a small group of Australians on the boat, and we were all together like, I think we were 42 people. And that day the sky was very black and threatening, and it looked like a lot of rain. And I remember we left like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we went down the Beagle Channel, it's called. And there the wind was not bad. It was nice actually, but it soon, and it was the ocean was quiet. But as soon as we got on the tip of the Beagle Channel going to Antarctica, oh, all hell was loose. And it got worse by the hour, and all night long it was going up and down and this way and that way. And I remember I had fractured my wrist here, and it was almost healed. And in the night I had to go to the bathroom there, but the bathroom was outside our door. And I almost crawled on the floor in order to get to the bathroom because the wind was so hard. It blew it threw you from one wall to the other wall, and finally I made it to the bathroom. And the next morning, most people were terribly seasick, and there was on the what is it, not hallway, what do you call it, going to the dining room, it was left and right. They had put the bags down so you could vomit into the bags. And there were maybe 5 people there drinking a coffee. That was it. The rest were all sick, very sick. And the night was really dreadful. And then next morning, like at, I think it was 10 in the morning, it quieted down. And once you're inside the Arctic, it was quiet actually, pretty quiet. But we were so lucky. I remember because the days we were there, they were sunny. There was no fog. It was sunny, but it was not warm. And we stopped every day twice. They had these little rubber boats, and we went down a little ladder on the side and into the boats. And we went to a number of little islands there. We walked around, but you only could go on a teeny little trail. Nobody was allowed to go left or right. And there were thousands of, oh yeah, I think penguins. There were big ones and small ones. There were penguin. There were so many, you couldn't count them. And they were stinking to heaven, squawking. And we were sitting on the ground right next to them. They didn't do anything. Could touch them. It was incredible.
Did you touch him?
Huh?
Did you touch one?
I think I did. Uh-huh. It was really wonderful. I remember waking up in the morning after this dreadful night, looking out the window, and there were huge icebergs going by there. Really, I've never seen anything like that. It was so beautiful. And later on, I stopped someplace. There were islands, little islands everywhere, and I stopped at one and stayed there. And when we left the boat, everybody had to take a number of the hook and take it with him. And we went out on a rubber boat to the shore, and then we walked on small teeny trails on the islands, and there was everywhere tons of snow, and we saw lots of animals, but they were not scared. It was not only penguins, we saw, what are they called? They were lying, those fat animals lying down.
Sea lions?
Huh?
Sea lions?
Sea lions, and it was really an incredible experience. And at one time, we stopped at a little island, and in the olden days, they had been killing lots of, for the oil, what was it called?
Whales?
Huh?
Whales?
Yeah, you could see the whale bones there lying around, and there was a hot spring right on the edge of the beach.
Oh.
And we took our clothes off, and we went in the hot spring, even though it was icy cold around it. It was great. And yeah, we did every day. The boat anchored here, anchored there, anchored there. Not far. And we stayed there a few days, and we hiked there too. It was really great. And we hiked in the national park there, and there was the Lake Argentina, huge lake. There was no boats on it, nothing. They were not allowed to fish there either. It was icy cold water, a huge lake, really beautiful. And yeah, we stayed there a few days, and then with a bus we drove to a place, I think it was called Chalteng, a town. They had just started to build a little bit there. It was not very developed yet, and the streets were still mostly dirt streets, no paved roads. And we stayed there a few days. We found a place to sleep, and yeah, the wind was always blowing really bad. It was sometimes so bad you had trouble walking.
Wow.
But we hiked, and it was really great.
Nice.
We were
Where was it again?
India, and they were
In
sitting
the which part?
in the northern part, and there were people were sitting on the roof in between the cars, and oh, it was so disgusting. So we decided to travel with buses or with airplane, which we did, but we didn't make it to southern India. And that I repented, because I wanted to see the south too.
You repented?
I repented. We then went to, what was the next state?
Oh wow, look at this fancy outfit.
Oh, actually,
Beautiful.
That's kind of cool.
Okay, but you'd have to make it,
it looks good.
Bring it in.
though.
You could just get some safety
hey,
pins.
set them spot.
I don't know.
But look at these buttons, they're so cool.
Can you fix it for her?
It looks very good. What do you have to need? A
That is
button?
gonna be like
No, it's nice buttons.
You're gonna end up like a fashion model.
It looks good. My mother was very small.
So's Melissa.
My
Except for
dad
her big
was-
muscles.
My dad was very, very tall, and she came up to here with him.
Mm. So you wish that you would have gone to more places in India?
Yeah, but then we left India. It was so dirty and so poor, and there were, wherever you turned, there were people. It was It was awful. So we went to Nepal. Nepal was a little bit better. It was pretty. It was not that hot.
Because it's higher up in the mountain? Did you see the Dalai Lama?
No. He was not in Nepal. He was in India at that time, somewhere in the north.
Oh. Where else does it go? Nepal, or where's the other one?
No,
Kathmandu?
from there
Timbuktu?
we had decided to go to Pakistan. Pakistan. And we flew to, I don't remember what was the town.
Who was with you?
Huh?
Who were you with?
It was my friend from Austria.
Oh.
We came, what was the town called?
You went in Pakistan?
Uh-huh. And
What's that town?
it was the capital of Pakistan.
Karachi. Karachi?
Huh?
Karachi.
Could be Karachi. So we got off and it was like in a movie. There were people running around the night, like in the nightgowns, and some had like machetes. It was very wild. And I think we stayed a day or mostly two somewhere there. You could only go to the very best hotel. All the others was dirty and it was poor. And after 2 days we left. And I went back to Germany to see my mother, and my friend went to Austria. At that time she was working in Guatemala as a teacher at the Austrian school. So I went to see my mother briefly and I went back to Guatemala.